Globe the Story of Earth. Episode 5. How did humans evolve? Imagine this. You are traveling through time. Millions of years have passed since the extinction of the dinosaurs. The giant creatures that once ruled the Earth are now gone, leaving behind only fossils and mysteries buried beneath the ground. But the story of life did not end. Nature was preparing for a new chapter. Forests spread across the continents. Rivers flowed through vast valleys. Life continued to evolve in countless forms. And among these creatures was a small animal that would one day change the world forever. A mammal. It was not the strongest. It was not the fastest. It did not have sharp claws or powerful jaws. But it possessed something extraordinary. A growing brain. For millions of years, mammals continued to evolve. Some returned to the oceans and became whales. Others took to the skies and became bats. And some adapted to life in the trees. These tree-dwelling mammals would eventually become known as primates. Their eyes faced forward, their hands could grasp branches, and their brains became increasingly complex. Then, around 7 million years ago, a major change occurred in Africa. The climate began to shift. Many forests started to disappear. Open grasslands expanded across the landscape. For some primates, life in the trees became more difficult. They were forced to descend to the ground. It was a dangerous new world. Predators roamed the plains. Food was harder to find. But these challenges would shape the future of humanity. Slowly, some of these primates began walking on two legs. This was one of the most important moments in human evolution. Standing upright freed their hands. Now they could carry food, use objects, and interact with the world in entirely new ways. These were our ancient ancestors. As millions of years passed, their brains continued to grow. They became more intelligent, more adaptable, more curious. Then one day, an early human picked up a stone. By striking it against another rock, a sharp tool was created. It may have seemed like a small event, but it marked the beginning of technology. With tools, humans could hunt more effectively, prepare food, and survive in environments that would have been impossible before. Then came another revolutionary discovery. Fire. Perhaps it was first seen during a lightning storm. Perhaps it came from a volcanic eruption. At first, humans feared it. But eventually, they learned to control it. Fire changed everything. It provided warmth, protection from predators, light during the darkness of night, and the ability to cook food. Cooked food provided more energy, helping the human brain grow even larger. Human evolution accelerated. Then, around 300,000 years ago, a new species appeared. Homo sapiens, modern humans. Unlike any creature before them, they could imagine the future, remember the past, and communicate complex ideas through language. They told stories, shared knowledge, and passed wisdom from one generation to the next. This was a revolution unlike any other. Humans were no longer simply surviving. They were learning, creating, and shaping the world around them. Over time, Homo sapiens spread across the planet. Some traveled into Europe, others moved into Asia. Eventually, humans reached Australia and the Americas. They crossed deserts, climbed mountains, survived ice ages, and adapted to nearly every environment on Earth. Then, around 12,000 years ago, another transformation began. Agriculture. Humans learned how to grow crops and domesticate animals. For the first time, they could settle in one place. Villages appeared, then cities, then civilizations. The ancient civilizations of Mesopotamia, Egypt, the Indus Valley, and many others began to flourish. Humans invented writing, built monuments, created laws, and developed science. Centuries passed, technology advanced, knowledge expanded. Then one day, humans looked up at the night sky and asked a simple question. Where did we come from? That question changed everything. Humans built telescopes, explored the planets, invented rockets, and eventually walked on the moon. The same species that once struggled to survive on the African savannas was now exploring the cosmos. And perhaps the most astonishing fact of all is this. The journey began with a small mammal that lived in the shadow of the dinosaurs. A creature so insignificant that no one could have imagined its future. Yet through millions of years of evolution, it became the most intelligent species Earth had ever known. Studio microphone outro. The human journey was only beginning. From caves to cities, From stone tools to spacecraft, humanity has transformed the world in ways no other species ever could. But in the next episode, we will discover how the first civilizations rose and how humans built the foundations of the modern world. Globe, if you enjoyed this incredible journey through human evolution, don't forget to like, share, and comment below. Bell, subscribe to Origin of Earth and turn on notifications so you never miss another chapter in the story of Earth, life, and humanity. Rocket, see you in the next episode of Origin of Earth.